Hi everybody, it's Monday, August 25th, 2025. We start with our headline, Bitcoin begins its inevitable descent, stocks to follow. Bitcoin is currently on the day down 3%, around 109,700 at this moment. Bitcoin has been kind of the bellwether of the stock market, and when Bitcoin does something, typically the rest of the stock market follows it. And with this pattern right here on a shorter term basis, it's looking very bearish. You can see this M pattern here, which broke to the downside. And yes, I am still short Bitcoin. I'm expecting at least a small bounce at the 108,000 level before going down to around 100,000 level. I actually expect it to drop much further, as much as 85 to 90% from its all-time peak, because of this very clear trend line from 2017 peak to the 21-22 peaks, dip, drop 80%. What happened recently? We hit that same line in December of 2024, dip, we hit it the second time. I'm expecting the same exact thing to happen in 2022, except this time, as it is likely in my mind to be accompanied by a really bad recession or depression, I'm thinking this has potential to go down as much as 85 to 90%. With stocks falling it about 50% is my guess on the S&P 500. Remember folks, never any investment advice on this channel. Your choices are your own. Anyway, on to the community topics. I have an important update here. We have a website update. It's still under construction. Again, this is always in the description. This is my full macro views. When you click on each thing, it goes through explaining it along with the sources. I also have a link to easily support the channel. I added up in here the right hand corner at the top, portfolio explained, and it goes through a sample portfolio of $100,000 dollar portfolio size as an example, to say how many shares of each of my holdings that I have. I'm not going to publicly say how big my account is. This is just a sample. So if you were to scale this to $1 million, you add a zero to all these shares, or if it's 10 million, you add 2 zeros. So if anyone's interested to understand my own positioning, it's all here, and I go through and I explain. I'm starting to get through each one and explain why I hold these things. I know I have a lot of new viewers that are kind of curious, like, why do you have this, like, what's going on? So it's all here now on the website, and I'm kind of excited about this because I won't have to repeat myself as much on the show. You can just go to my website and read the full explanations. Right now, the only full explanation I have is on the T-bond position. I will be going through all of the positions and adding more to the explanations, as this is still under construction. Coming up on Friday, I didn't write that in, Friday, we have personal income and personal savings rate, which has been under 5% for a while right now. That's already kind of a bad sign by itself, by the way. We'll see how that comes out on Friday. And PCE data, which is known as the Fed's favorite way of gauging inflation. And also, don't forget about those tariff updates. Wonder when the next one will be. Thank you for watching, liking, subscribing, commenting, and supporting Robschild. No changes to the daily reminders macro view. Again, see my website to see them. And no changes to the crystal ball ratings nor the Robschild portfolio. Except I updated the percentages. They have been getting off a bit because the market's been going around a little bit, and I reordered it for easier viewing on this page right here. The S&P 500 didn't really do much today. We dropped by 0.43%. Just that's not much of a move. Same with a 10-year Treasury note yield, inside day of the previous day. Sorry, here it is. So it rose a little bit, but inside of yesterday's candle, so not really sure what to do here. Some folks have been wondering if the dollar had indeed broken down out of this yellow trend line here to the downside. We got a reversal, and it looks like we're going to be closing above that. So this line is now negated as a trend line. Again, I am a believer that the dollar is a lot stronger than what other market participants think. I think we may even be building a bottom in the dollar, but we'll see where we go from here. Next up, I want to bring up crude oil. I've had this number on my chart for a long time now. It's $65 a barrel. I find it pretty notable that, you know, we recently cracked to the downside. This is a really typical thing to do in a chart, to come back up and test it. This is where a lot of traders will be shorting, expecting oil to go lower from this point. Copper, just like Friday, still says nothing to see here, folks. Move along. Going up by, I mean, what is this? 0.4 cents today. I brought up KWEB, the Chinese internet ETF. Remember, these stocks are very, very undervalued when it comes to normal valuations of companies, considering how much money that they make. And we did get a confirming close above the high of Friday's candle, suggesting that this breakout is not a fake out. I'm expecting KWEB to get up to the $45.60 level very soon. That is, unless Nvidia just takes out the entire market. Who knows? Maybe we could get Nvidia to be the thing that, you know, pops this AI bubble we're in. And if it does, when it does, it'll probably take everything with it, but we'll see. EWZ, Brazilian ETF. I hold a good amount of Brazilian exposure, and we also have a breakout and a confirmation on a shorter little trend line here. So this is looking quite bullish. Another one of my largest holdings, I mean, a lot of my holdings went up today. REMX, Rare Earth Metals, Miner ETF went up by 4% today. I've been expecting a bit of resistance at 62.84 because it was a pivot point back in December of 2023, and above that I don't see any resistance till the $73 level. It was really wild seeing total 2, in other words, all cryptocurrency minus Bitcoin rising 9% on Friday. I talked about this on Friday's show, and today we're almost giving up that entire move to the upside. So this is looking like a blow off top kind of a thing. And this chart by itself is nor super bullish nor bearish. Next up, Fartcoin, because why not? It's down 19%, dropping all the way to 77 cents as I record. Obviously a lifetime opportunity. I wanted to bring up MSOS, well, you know what it is. It's an ETF that holds companies that sell green stuff. I've been talking about how I didn't expect much resistance in the 550 to 650 level. This is a gap fill zone, but we're still not there yet. And the clock is ticking for, you know, the rumor going around Washington right now. I mean, it's not exactly even a rumor. Trump said, you know, we're thinking about rescheduling this stuff. Anyhow, I am likely to start exiting more and more in this range at this point because we haven't blown up past it. I may end up exiting the entire position anywhere above $5.50 share in MSOS. I found it very notable. XLP, the ETF that holds consumer staples, dropping by 1.7% today. That's a pretty large move to the downside. That sort of came out of left field for me. Also, XLU dropping quite a bit, 1%, all while everything else isn't really moving at all. So I'm not sure exactly what's going on here. That's all for today's show. Hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching, and see you next time. Robschild.